Good afternoon, good people. Today I have a quick review for you. I have the Wharfedale Diamond 12.0 bookshelf speaker. This speaker is an 8 ohm speaker that can dip down to 4 ohms. It is 87 dB sensitive. It has a 1-inch soft dome tweeter and a 4-inch Clarion woofer. And they're on sale right now for $199 for the pair, or at least in white, they're $199. Here's what I like about them. The build quality. Compared to my CSS Crichtons, which I painfully made look the way that they do, these are exceptional. The front baffle is solid. The vinyl wrapped MDF is incredible. The binding posts on the back look clean. The port is solid. These are a very, very solidly built speaker. And for $199, it is remarkable. If I could pay $199 to make my CSS Crichtons look like these, I would do it in a heartbeat. Sound-wise, I use my Riga Brio, it's a 50 watt per channel amp, into this speaker. These speakers can handle up to 60 watts, but with the Brio, they sound like small speakers. When I first replaced my Crichtons with these Wharfedales, I mentally thought, whoa, half my speaker's gone. I was listening to the new album by Death Cab for Cutie, Asphalt Meadows. It's a remarkable album. Song 1 is great, and the last song is one that I might put on every album I ever give my kids. It's worth a shot. Give it a listen. Even just the album artwork cover is it's so good. Anyways, but listening to that, the vocals on the tweeter sound great. Now this is the same tweeter that is in the 12.0, the 12.1, 12.2, and 12.3, and the 12.4 Wharfedale Diamond. The vocals are going to be great, but it's the imaging, or at least the sound stage, that I think is a little bit lacking with the tweeter. The vocals have a lot of clarity for women and men, but for the subtle dynamics that are in the background, like the drums perhaps, the cymbals, listening to some of the percussion instruments in, say, Tchaikovsky's 1812 Overture, you're gonna get the stuff that's front and center, but in the background, it's gonna be a little bit muddled. Now, I also found that the tweeter, true to all Wharfedales, it's a very flat, if not very warm treble. Now, I know that I committed the cardinal sin. I actually found that this tweeter dealt with EQ fairly well. I bumped the tweeter up about 2 to 3 dB, and it could handle it without distortion. If you are okay with that, you should do it. It'll give you a little bit more, I don't know, forward, but a little more present sound. Where without it, I feel like the tweeter is kind of lifeless. That's just me. Now the mid-range. The middle of the sound stage is always great with Wharfedale. I have loved Wharfedales. I've used their Diamond 225. I've used their Diamond 220. I've had the Diamond 11.2s, and I will always be a fan of the Wharfedale mid-range sound. It is lush, it is clear, it is present, it is enjoyable. The woofer. This is a 4-inch woofer, and you have to have reasonable expectations. On its own, these speakers are punchy. Not punchy like the some of the smaller speakers I've reviewed in the past. There is some texture to this woofer, but I will say that for a 4-inch woofer, this is about as good as I've ever heard in this size. That being said, I think that this bookshelf speaker and all bookshelf speakers do a lot better when they can have a subwoofer crossed into them. Now, I use my Blue Sound Node to make everything under 120 hertz go into my subwoofer and everything above my 120 hertz to go into the speaker. And doing that, I actually am very pleased with the sound that I get out of these $199 Wharfedale diamonds. It's a fun sound. It is not a big sound. I've talked about other speakers where people will come in and be like, oh my goodness, is there a pianist playing in the room? No, it's just my speakers. Is there somebody singing? No, it's just my speakers. With this, the only time you're going to think that there might actually be someone live in your room is when you have these directly set up to be in a triangle where the speakers are 2 points and you're the other point. Outside of that, the off axis is okay. And then listening when you are walking around and doing chores around the house, it's not a big sound. You are going to tell that these are small speakers and you're not going to mistake it for anything that's live. But that's okay. These are $199. These are better than any soundbar that I've heard. These are better than the Wharfedale 220 for construction, the build. I also think that the tweeter is a better tweeter than what's in the Wharfedale 220. That 220 does not handle EQ quite as well. And I think that if I were to want to audition speakers in this price range, I would audition this, probably the Emotiva B1 Plus. And if you could stretch your money just a little bit, now the build quality is not as good, but if you can stretch your budget, I would give the ELAC UB52 a listen. But that's also, what, $699? And this is at least $350 less than that, if not more. Yeah, honestly, for $199, I don't think you're gonna beat this. It's a great speaker. I really enjoyed my time with it. I think anybody that's looking for a speaker in this price range is going to be happy with what they get if they're able to do a little EQ. And they're going to love what they get if they can do a little EQ and add a subwoofer to the mix. So that's all I got for you today. If you have questions, please leave them in the comments below. I thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great day listening to music. But if you're not listening to music, I hope you're enjoying some sunshine. Okay, appreciate y'all. Have a good day.